Welcome back to another video, guys. This is Legendary Founding Titan. So I'm just gonna go over this briefly. 343 just announced that everything for the Halo Infinite new update that was going to be coming out, like they basically said that they have delayed just about everything. Co-op campaign, Forge, custom games, and all that. Or not custom games, but everything's just being held back. And I thought I should at least show my opinion on what I think of it. And honestly, I know people are going to hate me for saying this, but it's my opinion, so do with it what you will. Like, I'm not saying anyone's wrong, but I definitely think it's a little dramatic of how people are making it out to be. Like as if it's like the end of the world or something. I guess mainly for me, I guess perhaps the reason for me, I'm kind of used to it. I guess. I mean, I've been waiting on one of my favorite games for ages now, and like even longer than people have been waiting for Halo Infinite. So I guess I just am able to deal with the wait. But like I said before, I definitely think 343 does have good intentions. I'd rather want them to work on something and it be good rather than just, release something that they know is trash, but since people wanted it so badly, they just released it and said F it, basically. To me, I guess to me, it just says that they do care for the game. They're not just going to try to rush it just to get what people want, which is a good thing. Do I think it's a bit insane how long it's taking? Yeah, maybe, but like I said, I'd rather want something that's complete and just actually fun to mess around with rather than it being a buggy mess. It's just kind of how my opinion is on it for real. Now, if we do wait that long, and they do release it, and it's, let's just say for instance, it's a buggy mess, I don't think it will be, but if it is, let's just say it is, I might have some criticism then. A lot more of it, I should say. But overall, I do think that 343 is doing the right thing for the case that they're not just trying to release content just to, release it. They're actually trying to build something out of it. They're trying to make it good. They want to make it right for the people. I definitely see their intentions. Because I think it would be a lot worse for them to release something just because the people wanted it and it just could be a complete mess. I think it's a good thing if it is, but maybe they're just having a lot of issues. Maybe they have. I mean, we don't know what's going on behind the scene. People just been going a little bit insane with it, which is kind of why I'm still on on 343's side per se. Because it's just ridiculous that people have gone to the point that there's just so many videos out there now that demand that 343 be fired and all this other stuff. I just find it a little excessive. Like I said, it might just be because I am used to waiting, but I don't know. To me, it does speak volume that they are working on it. Like I said, I'd rather want them to come out with something that's just not gonna crash on me every 5 minutes or be so buggy to where it's unplayable. Because there's definitely reasons behind the scenes why they are delaying it. And I know that, something as simple as like co-op campaign and whatnot, people really want that. And yeah, I mean, I would like it too, but I'm not really sure what the holdup would be for that. But you gotta also remember that they are still holding up the whole Halo franchise. I just don't think that. Here's the thing: people want 343 to be out of the Halo, like they want them to leave Halo. But I keep asking, okay, but who's gonna hold up the mantle? I keep asking that question, and I can't, like, top of my head, I really can't think of anyone. But I don't think Bethesda could, because Halo's sort of out of, like, the way Halo is, it's kind of out of their. Bethesda's not really used to the Halo design. I feel like Bethesda is more into like, you know, the open world games, open looter games. You know, and Halo isn't really like that. It's, you know, it's just an FPS with creative tools to work with. So I don't know how Bethesda would handle that. Not to mention that they would also have to go through like all the experience that, you know, 343 has gone through. So I just don't see them being able to do it. I could be wrong on that, but I really don't see how they could. Epic Games, I'm pretty sure they're too busy because they have a lot of games that they hold up to this day. So I imagine that they have their hands full. They have, you know, the Epic Games launcher. They have constant free games coming out. They always have something available for the customer. I definitely feel that Epic Games, yeah, like I said, has their hands full, and I don't think they would want to risk something with like as detrimental as the Halo franchise. I don't think they would want to. I don't think they want to take that risk. The thing is, people don't realize that if, let's say, 343 does throw in the towel, whoever takes over is also going to have a huge issue with Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite would have to die because they would have to be so familiar. They had to familiarize whoever comes in with the engine and everything else, and you know what to do and yada yada yada. There's a lot of steps to it, and not only would they have to learn all that, but they would also have to do the legal transfer thing, which takes quite a while, by the way. We're talking like 8 months to a year, depending on how that all goes. Like I said, it does vary. Yeah, but just that alone would take like, you know, half a year or more, and then for them to get familiar with it and for them to understand what the Halo community wants, that would even take them even more time. Which you're talking already to like 1 to 2 years, 3 years. So, and they might not get it right for a while. So I don't know. I feel like the best hands is with 343. Otherwise, we're gonna either two things are gonna happen. We're gonna either have to wait for ages on end for any just for any content at all, because you gotta remember that 343 has been updating MCC. They've been updating that game quite often, and that's the entire Halo franchise, the MCC, besides Halo 5 and Infinite, and of course the Wars games. But yeah, like the entire franchise is on the MCC, and they're giving constant updates for it. I really just don't see trying to throw 343 out of office. You know, you could argue they deserve it, but the thing is, who could take over? I don't know. Just for, I hate to say this, but heck, I already said it actually, but really, like the Halo franchise, like the community is just it's become so toxic. It's a toxic pit hole right now, and it's all because of Halo Infinite. Everyone's just toxic as hell, and anything, you know, like just anything 343 has to get judged by, like just releasing armor, they get shit on for it, and it's ridiculous. It's just armor. I mean, for crying out loud. I mean, yes, it doesn't, like, people say it doesn't fit Halo, like the medieval armors, and it became so big of an issue that 343 actually had to put in a feature in the MCC game that allows people to not see that type of armor. It's like, really? That's how big of an issue it became? That people had to actually put in a system for that? Really? That's ridiculous. I mean, and I argue, how is it not part of, I mean, yeah, it doesn't fit Halo per se, but the idea of a Spartan came from that time period. Sparta. It's literally in the name, Sparta. It was literally back then where Spartans originally were formed in the Bronze era for Spartans. So for them to say it completely doesn't fit Halo is kind of stupid, because it really does. I mean, it doesn't fit the sci-fi but it does fit the general idea of what a Spartan came from, where it actually, what it, where the title Spartan actually came from to begin with. That's where it came from. Legendary warriors trained from birth. They had they literally had the same story to them too. Like, they were trained from birth, and people don't see that similarity. It's kind of funny that people say it just completely doesn't fit. The idea still fits. Like I said, that's where Sparta originated from, was medieval times. Like I said, and the reason I mention that is just because, like I said, it's anything. It's not just if 343 brings an update in. It's even when they bring an update in, it's like it just gets thrown under the bus, blown up, and then nuked. And it could be something so simple as armor. I don't think armor should be that big of a deal, especially in a freaking FPS. I mean, come on, man. Like, that's a little ridiculous. It's an FPS. You can't even see your armor most of the time, unless you're holding a mountain chain gun, or you're driving. You literally you literally don't see it any other time, and it's this big of an issue for people. I don't get it. I really don't. Just something that simple. Sorry for the rant, but I'm just really, I really don't like people just bashing 343 for that. Yeah, bash them for their marketing, bash them for, at least, don't bash them for literally something like as simple as medieval armors, and just say it doesn't fit. It does fit. The general idea fits because of what I just said. But yeah, but any further note, I'm alright with waiting longer, as long as it's great on release. Now, like I said, if it does come out as a buggy mess, I'm probably gonna have some issues with it, but I don't think it will. It will probably have some bugs, but not much, I'd assume. Because bugs do occur a lot more frequently as you have more players. Like, I've noticed with even just Forge, for instance, like we were forging a map. My friends tested the map like several times to see if, like, because we're doing that zombie mode, and it was successfully tested 3 to 4 times. But as soon as we tested it with a huge lobby, it messed up because, well, we don't really know why. So, it does happen. Even for something as simple as Forge, it does happen. It does occur a lot more when you have more people from different areas, and, different pings, different internets, all that. Like I said, I am nervous, though. I feel like if 343 gets thrown out, that's it. I don't think anyone's gonna step in, because it's just become so toxic that it's actually a danger zone. If let's just say Bethesda, they grab onto the Halo franchise and they mess up, then the Halo community is just gonna just annihilate them, just wailing them, and it's just gonna destroy any reputation that Bethesda has, or Epic Games for that matter, or anything. So, like I said, I have nothing. I really don't have much else to say on the matter. Like I said, I could just be passionate because I have been waiting for the game that I've been wanting to play for 10, 12 years now. And if you don't know what that is, it's Supreme Grid 3, which, if you don't know, the game actually went bankrupt after the second one, and we're actually just now getting a third. And it's not even really a third, it's not even really related to the Supreme Grid 2. It's sort of similar. You probably have heard of it. It's Sanctuary. But that's the game I'm waiting for. Yeah, I had to wait 12 years for it. And I've also had to wait 4 years or 3 or 4 years for another game. I've been waiting for Sons of the Forest. So I've been waiting for GTA 6. Haven't seen that yet. So yeah, I am totally used to waiting. So I guess for my case, I'm just kind of used to it. But I can see why some people might be mad if they only play Halo or something, and they're just desperately wanting new content. I do think that 343 do have great intentions of why they are delaying it. It probably just doesn't work right at the moment, and I get that you'll probably say that, well, they've had all this time. Yeah, I get that too. Things do happen in businesses. We don't know everything that happens behind 343. There's a lot of things they probably don't tell us. I do think that the higher management does need worked on. Maybe they're having issues with each other. Who knows, man? I don't know. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of chemicals mixed in together that just generate, delays or anything. It could be anything really, but yeah, that's all I had to say for this video. Nothing really too crucial, but if you enjoyed, leave a like, a comment below at this time. Sorry for the rant earlier, but leave a like, a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.